Yes then guys, it is transfer window special time with the mighty Wrexham. We are in the Premier League and it is time to spend some cash. We've got £35 million, £250,000 worth of wages and hopefully a massive transfer window ahead. If you guys do love transfer windows, make sure to stick around. We're on the 9th of June, so the very start. And I've got you guys back with an insane signing to start things off straight away. Today's going to be busy, so make sure you stick around. What's going on there guys, Kempy here and welcome to the channel and welcome back for Wrexham season number 7. And season 7 is Premier League season. We are finally in the big time. We've got Wrexham all the way to the Premier League. First season we won the National League, second season we won League 2, third season was a stumbling block of League 1, but the season 4 smashed League 1. Season 5 in the Championship we come playoffs and then lost in the playoff semi-finals. But season number 6, playoffs was nothing. We smashed the league, 106 points in the Championship. Probably one of the best teams to ever come up to the Premier League. There is not a lot that needs doing to this side. I think we're already a mid-table Premier League team. Imagine we could go into Europe in our first season in the Premier League. Now, we have made a fantastic signing right away. It was a free contract. And if you guys watched Thursday's Manchester United rebuild, well, you'll know how good Hannibal Mejbri is. The guy can win Champions Leagues in midfield. And he's joined us today on a free contract. Unbelievable signing. 17 determination, 16 flair, 16 technique, 16 natural fitness. And this guy is going to be a fantastic Mezzala on support. I've got him in and the plan is to offload Elliot Anderson. So this is the new Elliot Anderson. You can see he's very consistent. Likes big matches. There's nothing injury-wise. And he's got 62 caps for Tunisia at the age of 25. This kid is special in real life. Currently out on loan at Birmingham, doing very well. And if we just compare him to Elliot Anderson, who was decent for us last season, yeah, this guy smashes him out of the park. So Elliot, son, you're on more money. You're out the door. If we can get anywhere from 10 to 12.5 million for him as well, I'll be very happy. He's not the only signing coming in over the line. Emmanuel Friday is a youth player coming in. Giovanni Connaughton, the exact same. Lawrence Jones is the exact same. And then Semir Belobradic is in as well. He is a CDM / a right wing back. Probably more of a CDM because he can't really cross and run the ball. But we signed him last season for £130,000 from Rijeka in Croatia. And if you guys have been watching, you know I love a good Croatian player. He's consistent. He can play in all positions. And there's no worry with injuries as well. 5'10", aggressive. He's fit. He can pass the ball. Yeah, he just looks very good. And I'm excited to get Semir in as well. So he's going to be in the under-21 side as well. Leighton Orient making a load approach straight away for Phil Hamish. That is absolutely fine. In terms of our team then, if we look at the contract, we've got no one running out of date contract-wise, which is fantastic. We don't have to worry about anyone leaving on a free, which is really good. If we go down to the under-21s, there's a few players, but I'm not fussed by them at all. Anywhere from Paul Davies all the way up to Paul Mullin. Mullin, legend, favoured personnel. I think he might even be an icon. Maybe even high. What's the one? He might even be a legend. So, yeah, Paul Mullin is out the door though. £13,500. That can certainly be used better elsewhere. So he will be leaving as well as these players down here. Go down to under 18s. Again, these are all way past it. Theo Zidane is the only player that could potentially do a job for us, but he is going to leave. He had a year last year down in, well, up in Scotland in the Cinch Premiership with Livingston and didn't really set it alight. So certainly not Premier League quality. One thing I like to do at transfer windows, I'm going to go through the whole squad and we'll go through the squad planner as well and find what positions that need strengthening and what positions we potentially can sell players in. So give me 2 seconds, let me sort out that squad planner and we'll get into arranging this summer window. Just a very quick interruption from editing. Kempy, can you like the video? Can you subscribe to the channel and keep smashing the support that you guys are doing recently? The WRFM tactics went down an absolute treat, as has the Man United rebuild. That stuff is going to carry on every Tuesday and Thursday. But the Wrexham save is the main save on the channel. If you guys can keep smashing it, let me know you keep wanting this save to come. I will keep smashing it out for you 5 days a week this comes out. So keep smashing it, keep liking, keep subscribing, and thank you all for watching. Right, so I've got the squad planner all done and ready. There's going to be some controversial decisions in here, and I did not want to make too many changes, but there is positions that need upgrading. Now, number one is in goal. I'm going to keep Robert Berriot around as a backup. He does not want to go out on loan. He wants to stay around the club. And I think Angus Gunn can leave. I like him. He's been very good for us, but he is going to be looking to go out the door. Right back, Luca Hall as well, just not good enough. So we need someone to cover off Sam Curtis. I did not mean to press that, but we need someone to cover off Sam Curtis. A very good player. I do like Sam a lot. Obviously young and playing for Ireland as well, so I do like him. He is hopefully going to stay as our first team, but we'll see. Centre backs, if we look at the right side of centre back, we've got Reece Williams and Said Al Jazmi, and in terms of a youth player, Alan Ferguson as well, who is decent and is progressing nicely. So we'll see about him, but I'm happy with these two on the right. On the left, we've got Zakawe and Victor Damjanovic. Now, Victor Damjanovic is wanted by St Mirren on loan, and I think I might even sell him. He's 23 years of age. He's not developed as well as I had hoped, so I might look to get rid of him and make Zakawe the backup centre-back, and a change at centre-back for the first time in a good 2 or 3 years. But I think that could be an upgrade we look to do. Left back, I'm very happy with Owen O'Malley and Blas Rosman. CDM, I'm very happy with Tom Jones and James Garner. Midfield is a bit of a minefield. So if we're being honest, Joe Bellingham is centre mid on attack as well as Carney Chukwuemeka. Zamorano is probably not good enough anymore. Get rid of Celso Ferreira because he's going to be our left winger. Hannibal, I think, is going to play the Mazzala role as well as Dino. So it does leave Elliot Anderson. I think I'm going to get rid of Elliot Anderson. For that sort of money, I think it makes sense. If we go over to the left side of things, if we get rid of Bellingham, Garner and Chukwuemeka, if we then sort this, we'll have Hannibal as the number one, and then we could keep Dino and Zamorano around. I just think Elliot Anderson would be very unhappy by being on the bench, whereas I think Zamorano and Dino Marcella as squad players and breakthroughs could offer cover and positions in both centre mid roles, whereas Elliot Anderson I think is going to be a stroppy man being on the bench. So we're going to transfer list him and offer him out to clubs. We'll start it off at £10 million and see if we get any takers for him. Looking at the right wing position, we've got Darren O'Hanlon, Lorenzo Pinto and Mehmet Ali Gundogan, who has actually progressed better than I expected. His actual progression isn't great, but he is a 3-star potential of pretty much 5-star. Signed for 1.9 million not too long ago. We might keep him around. I'm not sure. I'm going to sort of wait, see if we get any offers, see if maybe Darren goes or Pinto goes, and see he might be a good backup. But I think Pinto is going to be the starting right winger next year. Hanlon as the backup. Pinto has really done well recently. He's been a very, very good player for us. Off the left, we've got Abdul Salam, and Elliot Anderson could potentially cover out there, but he is going to move off. And Celso Ferreira, who we signed in January, is going to be our backup to Emmanuel Abdul Salam. He's a very, very good player and can definitely offer a lot of that left-hand side when needed, but Abdul Salam is so good. We do not need anyone to compete with him, really. It's more just for squad numbers. And up front, we've got Araya and Ali Gundogan, so definitely a striker need, I think. Araya, for some reason, is now only 2.5 star. We know he scores goals. He is unhappy because he's not been playing as an advanced forward, which I guess is my fault, but we play with press and forward, and he has to get used to that. I don't want to lose him because I do really, really like him, but I am looking at another striker, and with Araya potentially being the backup. I just know he does not suit the meta at all this year, and having a little striker like that could be damaging. If we're looking to play against more physical sides in the Premier League and pushing ourselves there, he could hamper us. So we'll see. I think he needs to get someone on similar level, a bit bigger and a bit more Premier League ready possibly. Maybe 23, 24 years of old and more ready for the Premier League. So I'm going to put through this into a team as well. Start having a look at some transfers and bring you guys back when anything happens. But this isn't going to be the same as other seasons when we go to the 1st of July and wait around. I think now we're at a stage where if we're signing players on a free contract, they have to be amazing. I mean, Tony Kroos is up for a free contract. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think players like that are there to impact our team. I think we're strong enough to be able to put through these young players and just bring some boys in to really, really compete with it. I think there could only be 4 or 5 signings, but I think is good because we dominated last season and we did not need a massive upheaval. So I'm going to go through, do some scouting, get some bits set up on the old assignments as well, and bring you guys back when we have any news on transfers. Right then, it's been a couple of days. It's been a couple of very busy days as well. Don't know what that was. That was a bit of very busy days as well. Some players with offers and potentially leaving the club. Angus Gunn, I mean, if we can get 1.5 million from him, I'll be very, very happy with that. Even 2.5 from a few clubs in there as well. Elliot Anderson, just 5.75 million from FC Metz, but no one else is coming in with offers. And I think we've just replaced him with better players already. So I think we'll accept that and we'll move on, especially with the £31,000 a week. That can definitely be of use. Luca Hall, 1.9 million for Peterborough. Very happy to get that for him. Victor Damjanovic, 3.4 or 3.2 million from Spezia or Saramanese. We spent 1.1 million on him. So it's a bit of a bonus. He hasn't really developed into what I wanted him to. No offers for Zamorano or Mehmet yet, but I'm not really pushing them out the door as per se. Transfers inbound. Well, there's a couple of big ones in here. One player I'm very, very excited about. So let's get into it straight away. The transfers in. I'm going to leave it there. You can guess who you're more excited about. I think it's quite obvious when you look at the values. But we'll start off with a goalkeeper that on Football Manager is always fantastic. We have got him being scouted. Our offer needs to be improved to match Forest's of £4.2 million. But Joe Bursick is normally a very reliable pair of hands Football Manager. Obviously English, so I'm sort of thinking about the European side of things as well, and is very, very good. He's 6'2", 27 years of age now as well, and has played every single game for Burnley for the last however many years that is in the Championship as well, and obviously games at Stoke. Burnley signed him for £4.2 million, so he's obviously doing very, very well. But he wants to leave, and yeah, we'll take him for that. Connor Roberts, right back, back up. Considering Luke Hall is going out for 1.9 million, this man's 140k. It makes absolutely no sense to keep Luca around. Where is he? Let's just compare them. It's a no-brainer. He is so much better. And for 140k, he's on 25k a week. Very consistent, loves big matches. And it's just a very good right back. He's Welsh as well. So again, fill in that European quota, which maybe next season will be him. So I feel like that's a very astute piece of business, very clever piece of business, and a very good player in real life as well. And the player I'm very excited about is Artem Lemishko. Now, this guy had absolutely, well, not absolutely no interest, but very much no interest in joining us. I managed to get a contract to him, and he is thinking about it. He's a player that Shakhtar Donetsk had signed from Alexandria in Ukraine this season. Ended up winning the Ukrainian Premier League young player of the season, and as a centre-back he is fantastic. He's very clever, which I really, really like. He's really good on the ball. He's got anticipation, bravery, concentration. It's all there. So mentally he is fantastic. His technicals can be improved, certainly. Just 13 across the board on heading, marking and tackling, but think a 2 improvement on all of them is 15 on all of them, which is fantastic. And his physicals as well are very good. 16 jump and reach and decent enough pace. 6'4", so he's another absolute giant. It's £50,000 a week, but someone who's played in the Champions League and lots of games in the Europa League is a Ukrainian international at 19 years of age. I think it's a very, very good signing. Would be a very good piece of business. You can see as well he can play with both feet. He doesn't care about what side he's on. And if you compare him to Zach Alway, they are very, very similar. He's better mentally, but a little bit less better technically, which would expect. Alway's got 5 years on him, and Alway's a tiny bit quicker as well. So I think the two of them together rotating that left centre-back spot would be fantastic. And Lemishko, I think within 6 months would be yards and miles better than Zach Alway. So that's the 3 transfers coming in at the moment. The transfers going out as well. I will keep you guys up to date. But yeah, I am still on the lookout for a striker. So if we just go here to the squad, I've got this all set up now as well. So that would solve the goalkeeper, centre-back and substitution 2 right-back roles straight away. And it's just a striker we would need. Like I said, I do not want to go mental this transfer window. I want to be fairly clever. I'm going to keep you guys certainly with me until the end, or well, the sort of probably after the first week of the July madness. But I don't want to go crazy. I really like the team. I think if you add them players into the side, we look fantastic. Just getting that backup striker, or potentially even first team striker, I think is very, very important. So that is my next piece of business to go and look after. But there's no rushing. We've got lots and lots of time. So let's go forward, try and find some people and see if we can get these sales over the line. Well, there's a few more players added to this list from last time. Number 1 is Jorn Ove Kvanvold. I pronounced that fantastically. If there's any Norwegians down below, I bet I smashed that. This guy's a 6'4", 18-year-old centre-back / centre defensive midfielder. He looks fantastic as a ball midfielder on defend. As a centre-back, he needs to improve that heading, but I still think he's very, very good. I like the fact he's aggressive. I like the fact he's brave. I think he's a really good player. He is on loan from Rosenborg, who are obviously very well known for producing some great young talent. The details, £1.9 million. It's not a lot. He's a 5-star youth player, and I think is a very good signing. If he never turns out to anything, it's £1.9 million. It is not the end of the world. A man you guys might have seen before. I might have shown you him a few times. Sylvester Chindo. He's a player I've had my eye on for a long time. Come over from Nigeria to Belgium. And he's a very, very good player. He looks very similar in stats to Emmanuel Abdul-Salam. Not quite as good and has got that little bit of injury proneness, but he's consistent. He's very quick. He's very determined. He's very flair. Great dribbling. Finishing leads a lot to be desired. But I think as a 21-year-old, he can certainly be of use to us playing down that left-hand side. Has got that sort of subs as 11 as the backups, and the starting 11, I then want 4 players between sort of subs 12 and 15 that I like to have them there as well. And this guy's a squad player. He's happy to come in. It's like £8,000 a week. It is not ridiculous. And if you compare him to Abdul Salam, he is very, very good. And for that sort of money, it's almost a no-brainer. So Sylvester is hopefully going to come in as well. And another fantastic signing, a 5-star Italian youth player here, Emilio Torrone, signed from Fiorentina. He's a striker or a right winger. I can't decide. I think he's really better as a striker. He's got decent composure, decent finishing, very, very fast, good determination, great flair. 6 foot and 19 years of age as well, so he's still got room to grow. His technique's good, his passing's good. He is quick, he's consistent, nothing to do with injuries, which is good, and can potentially as well obviously develop getting good in big matches. He's played 3 times for Fiorentina as well already. He's coming in for, what is it, about £5 million? £5 million, and he's agreed to go back out on loan somewhere as well. So I think he could come in, go into the 21 squad, go out on loan, and be very good as well. And potentially next season could be challenging for a spot in the side. I'm still keeping that long-term thinking hat on because I do want to give you guys this save at the end of the 10 years as well. I don't want to just, gung-ho the team, and it's a bit of we sort of leave it in a worse situation. I want to do an experiment with Sin 10 years in the future, and they're the best team in the world. So we're going to keep Wrexham looking the best, keeping it as realistic as possible. But yeah, I think a very good few clever signings there as well. I have got bits going out for looking for strikers, the pressing forwards around the world. Nico Gauch there is someone that I do like the look of. I don't think he's quite good enough. I don't think he offers quite enough. That 11 composure puts me off a little bit. He is quick, but probably not quite quick enough, and he's tall, but not quite tall enough. So I feel like he's just a tiny bit shorter of what we need. And we're looking as well at just the best UK players around the world. Leaving it up to the scouts because I don't want to go and just use one of the midfielders and find them all. I want to keep it semi-realistic. So you can see that's why we've found Torrone and Kvanrold off. There's a few more players in here. For example, Cluj, who looks very good as a right winger. Diego Hernandez, I think, is very, very good, but I can't get him in as well as Chindo and Celso Ferreira and Abdul Salam. There's too many left wingers, so we're not going to go for him. We're going to leave it at what we've got for now and go forward now for about a week until some of these transfers are finished. But yeah, things are looking very, very good. Right, let's get some signings over the line. Sylvester Chindo is in, like I said, a very good left winger and a very good option for us. Is a little bit injury prone, but very consistent, very fast, and very, very cheap. Surprisingly to me, not worth a lot, but I think he's a very, very good player and potentially undervalued there. Angus Gunn is at the club. He's gone to Aston Villa for 1.9 million, but we've replaced him with a few very, very good signings. Emilio Torrone is in potentially Premier League standard. I'm very excited by this guy. Again, surprised at his value. I think he's fantastic, and I think he's going to do very, very well for us. Straight away, I'm going to offer him out to clubs on loan. I don't care about you paying his wages. Just play the kid and develop him because he is fantastic. Kvanvold did fail a work permit, so we are trying to get that one done there. But yeah, a fantastic sign again. Artem Lemishko is in. He is going to start alongside Reece Williams. 2 big, meaty men. This one is Ukrainian. The other one is Welsh. They're going to be best of friends. Both got fantastic jump and reach. One thing I really like about Lemishko, which I have said, is his brain. He seems very, very smart, and I like that in a centre-back. And he's very good with both feet as well, so he's going to do well on that left-hand side. Billy Lloyd, a young player we brought in, has left on a free contract. Would not talk to me, so he is out the door. And Elliot Anderson's been a bit of a pig as well when he's rejected FC Met, so we're going to keep trying to get him out of the door. And in terms of everything else, we are looking good. We nearly signed this guy for £8.5 million, so I am very glad we didn't do that, but maybe we can dip back in for him, a young Welshman. Let's just make an inquiry for him as well, because we do want to build up the youth at this club, certainly, but I think that makes us look very, very strong. I'm very happy with them signings. We just want to get Joe Bursick over the line, and that's the one I really want. Bursick and Connor Roberts, once they're done, I can then focus all of the efforts into finding that striker. 50 people in progress on both here, and then there's lots of great youth players as well coming through, so things are looking very good. Let's just find that killer striker now. That's all we really need. We are certainly getting close to the end of our transfer business. Daryl DK is in, the American dream, the big 6'2", 98 kg striker. He is in. He's going to cause some absolute damage in this Wrexham side. Through the middle, I think he's going to be our starting striker. I love this guy in real life. I think he's fantastic. I think he's got great banter, to be honest, and that's enough for me. His name is Daryl DK. Daryl Dick, if you would. He's American, so it's DK. 14 caps, 1 goal for Big Daryl for USA. I hope he has a better return for us. For West Brom last season, he was quite the handful. 15 games, 15 goals in 41 appearances. Had not really many problems with injuries. He's consistent. He loves a big match as well. Kvanvold is in as well. He was the young player we signed from Norway. He is now in, which is fantastic. He is pretty much going to just sit in the under-21s, actually. He's not going to go out on loan. He's going to be an option in the under-21. So it's just the goalkeeper we're looking for. If I'm honest, we're struggling to find one. There was one guy that I like the look of, Robert Sanchez, the Brighton goalkeeper. He was in Saudi Arabia, and I don't know why it didn't clock my mind. He was on £250,000 a week, so we didn't go for him. So we are still in the search for a goalkeeper. We've got the scouts out looking. It's a week until the all-important 1st of July date. There could be a keeper in there which could catch our eye. So we're going to keep the scouts looking. We're going to keep on finding, but I think you'll agree we've had some very good transfer business so far, and I am pretty much done. I mean, from Chindo, well, from really Beladanovic down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 signings. Think of first team signings there. You've got Lemishko, Roberts, and DK. Possibly that's it, really. 3 first team signings. The rest all young players who've made some good sales as well. And in terms of the sales on the way out, Ryan Hughes is going out on loan to Exeter. Elliot Anderson has now got an offer from him as well. And Tyrone has got a loan coming in for him. We're going to keep Zamorano in and around the club. Luca Hall I'm still trying to get rid of, but no one wants him because he's not very good. So yeah, we are looking at players. We're looking at getting rid of people, but I'm very happy we've not managed to kill the dynamics. The board love me. The players love me. The fans love me. And I think it's going very, very well. Let's just find this goalkeeper now. We are officially Premier League. Let's go Wrexham, and that feels good to say. We have officially ticked over into being a Premier League club. Bad thing to say, they don't predict us doing very well this year. What a load of rubbish that is. 19th place, I guarantee you it's not 19th place. Just looking at some of these squads, there are some very, very good teams here. You've got a good top 4 of City, Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United. The teams are ridiculous. Haaland's still here, he's the captain of Manchester City. So yeah, that should be fun. Lots of teams in Europe though. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams in Europe. So potentially a bit of tough legs going on them. Leeds are predicted to come above us. We smashed them last year. I think our team is fantastic. Goalkeeper wise, I'm really struggling to find anyone. I think my best bet now is to wait to the 1st of June. And we've got 80 million. Pardon me, we've got £80 million coming in TV revenue as well. And our first game of the season is at Fulham, at home actually against Fulham, and then we've got West Ham in the away leg. The race ground is also being improved very slightly. I think it's 2,000 extra seated seats. So we're going to go up to 17,500 with a new Bournemouth, haven't we? So It's a bit naff. But we need to upgrade that to the 28k. We really need that. I do not want to move from the race course. I just want to max it out. This place is the home of Wrexham and we do not want to move away from here. But yep, goalkeeper wise, I feel like we're going to have to come back on the 1st July for that one. Before I bring you guys back for the end of season or the start of season thing and try and get some people on the same line as me, we've got to be realistic. We're going to make some promises, get the youth in. That's it for now. Code of conduct, positive. A very good first meeting. The players love it. Look at them. They all love me. They all love being at Wrexham, and can you blame them? It's a fantastic place to be. I'm going to get some more friendlies done. We're going to get some inter-squad friendlies going as well. I believe we're on a very, very nice break as well. I can't remember where we're going. It's going to be somewhere nice, I believe. But yeah, we're going to just have a quick look then. Pinto's injured for a couple of days. But get some more friendlies in. We've got a friendly against Salzburg, which is nice. That should be a good one to test ourselves up against. But yeah, let's go through, make some more friendlies, and I'll bring you guys back probably on the 1st of July. Well, there are some big names that have been released from clubs in England itself. I mean, Romelu Lukaku is one of them. A 35-year-old Romelu Lukaku as well, but Christ, he looks good. He is retiring, so we're not going to be able to go in for him. But James Ward-Prowse is here. A very good midfielder and tempting, but I need to stick to my plan. We don't want to get drawn in to any of these. Paul Pogba, former Wolves player Paul Pogba, retiring. Fred, great players there, but I don't think they're going to be anyone for us. We are now looking at goalkeepers. So let's have a little look then in the goalkeeper situation. Yeah, it's not great. No one's standing out to me at all. I mean, this guy looks fantastic, but he's £63 million. So we're struggling to find goalkeepers here. We've got £11 million, £9,000 in wage budget as well. I'm not really fussed if they're too young. One keeper I'm going for currently is Sam Johnston. I feel like he'd be a good player. Not the best, but sort of what we're looking at. I can't find anyone that sort of suits much better than Sam Johnston, and that's not great to say, but he's English, he's raised, so that he's trained in England. It's a 2-year deal. I feel like it makes sense. Now this guy as well, fantastic, João Silva Gomez. I also feel like it's just a bit too similar to Robert Berrio. He is a little bit better at shot stopping, but it's £12.5 million. I don't feel like I'm getting enough of an upgrade from him. That's my only issue, and I think someone like Sam Johnston for a year to give again Robert that year to settle in might be better. But it is tough. I am struggling. I mean, Arnau Tennis for £1 million. Someone like that could be an option. I really don't know. And I think Sam Johnston might just be the best bet. He is very good. We know he's a good goalkeeper. I feel like he is sort of levels above Berrio. I've not compared, to be honest. He's not levels above, but he's good enough that I'd want to start him over him. And I feel like it gives Berrio that year where he can come in and make mistakes. He's a very, very consistent performer, which I like a lot. And I feel like it's a signing which is a good signing. He has been replaced by Joe Bursick, who we were after. But I think it's a good signing, especially for £100,000. I think he comes in and he does improve us. Now, in terms of the 15 players we've got on our bench, we've also added in Chindo, Gundogan, Zamorano and Bailey Dunton. I don't know if you guys remember Bailey Dunton. We signed for £700,000 way back when from Bristol City. He's had 2 rather good loan spells. I think his stats are very... Oh, where are we going? Are very, very good for Bailey. I think he looks like a good player. Great determination, great technique. He's not too slow either. He's 6'2", decent finishing and composure. I feel like being in and around the first team squad could make this guy a really useful player. So we're going to keep him in and around the team this year. Other than that, really, though, I am done. And I'm not going to be signing anyone else. I'm not going to get drawn in to the fun of the free contracts. I'm going to leave it there. We're going to try and sign Sam Johnston, and that can be a little tip for tomorrow's video. We've got Fulham up first in the Premier League, West Ham second, so 2 very, very exciting teams playing first of all in the Premier League season. So if you guys are excited for that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. As always, it helps me out massively, and let's kick off Season 7 with Wrexham on the right foot. Let's absolutely smash it. Can we make this one of our most liked videos? And our most liked Wrexham video would be fantastic. So thank you guys for watching. Keep the support up. It's fantastic, and I'll speak to you next time.